Well, hello guys. Welcome back to another video. Today, I thought was weigh-in day. Actually, to make it a proper week, tomorrow would actually be weigh-in day because the last time I weighed myself was October 8th. And today's the 14th. I guess technically tomorrow, but I'm doing my weigh-in today. I did my weigh-in today thinking that it was weigh-in day, so I'm going to insert my weigh-in here. So as you can see, I'm down a little bit, almost 2 pounds.
First of all, I don't believe those numbers. But that aside, 2 pounds in a week at that size, with those small meals she showed us and allegedly exercising several times a day, complete BS. We're not getting the full picture of what she's eating or doing the rest of the day. Classic foodie trying to control the narrative.
So that's, you know, I'm not going to complain about that. For me, initially, I go through a larger weight loss amount, usually probably as my body's getting rid of a lot of excess water, retained water and stuff like that. And then it slows down a little bit, and that's fine. For this journey, it's not a diet, it's not something that I'm gonna be rushing into. It's, you know, no crash diets. It's a lifestyle change. When it comes to weight loss, actually, when you let your body just do the, you know, when you do what you can do and let your body just adjust and do the rest, I think that's probably the healthier way to do it and the more sustainable way.
The healthier and more sustainable way would be to go to those damn diabetes classes. Follow actual medical advice for once. Just like Amblin, she loves to play expert with anything that has to do with health or nutrition. She clearly has no idea what she's doing or what impact her choices have on her conditions. For
those of you who are new, welcome. And I have a long time history with binge eating disorder, food addiction, obesity, and I am type 2 diabetic. I have sleep apnea, some other health issues. I've had some operations and other things in the past that have, you know, some health issues. And I do also suffer from depression and anxiety, which I do take medication for. So,
who is she talking to? There is no new audience. She knows that just as well as we do. This same old regurgitated rant is getting exhausting.
I'm trying to reverse the sleep apnea for sure. I would love to reverse that, the type 2 diabetes. But the main thing that I'm focusing on right now is to develop a eating pattern that will prevent me from binge eating. On my free time yesterday, I took the time for myself to start rereading books that have made a lot of sense to me in the past.
Smart, because those books clearly worked. Come to think of it, this whole act is probably for Salah. He's upset with her not dropping the weight, so she's playing the familiar role of eternal victim.
Books written by therapists, books written by people who have binge eating disorder and have found a way for them that has worked. The ones that I really like are, I really love the binge code, and I really love reading articles about how to overcome binge eating. I have been to many therapy sessions to try to aid in this. I have been to a binge eating disorder center outpatient program. I was not eligible for an inpatient program. So where I was put on Vyvanse, and I really hated the way that made me feel. And at the end of the day, I just ended up being hungrier from not eating all day. So I really don't think for me that the answer is a medication or a magic pill that's gonna help fix what's up here.
Says the woman who quit Ozempic because it took her appetite away.
The metformin does sort of curb my appetite a little bit. It upset because I have an upset stomach from it, and it just, you know, it does help with the hunger a little bit. So overall, just being consistent with something that I can be is helping my mental health. And so far I've been able to be consistent with what I'm doing, and knock on wood, it seems to be working for the time being. I may have to change course eventually and change things a little bit to keep the weight loss going. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm just taking it literally minute by minute at this point. Have I had any really hard moments? Yeah, I have had some tough moments. Yeah, I will say, since Bangkok, there's been some, especially at night, you know, I just have a really, really hard time. Sometimes, usually what I'll do is I'll have a snack at night and it does help, but the formula that's helped me recently is 3 meals and at least 1 snack and some fruit. So it's really essentially, I guess I'll just say 3 meals and 2 snacks, but the meals are, you know, not huge. That's the deal.
You mean human-sized? Had you actually followed the plan you just laid out, you probably would have lost a whole lot more weight.
That's the key. They're not huge. They're decent sized meals and relatively healthy. They're homemade. So that's, you know, what it's been. I've also been doing between 20 to 30 minutes on the treadmill. Now, I know people think that I just started at 10 minutes and you know what? Basically just, and this is like not nice of me to say, but a big F you to the people who just on someone's efforts when they're losing weight. Like, I don't care like who the person is, if you don't like them, whatever. If somebody's trying to improve their life and you're that sad individual who just tries to bring them down, it's just, you're just low. You're just low. So just 10 minutes is a big deal when you're very sedentary and you couldn't walk 10 minutes.
300 meters in 10.5 minutes, by the way. Is that even a walking pace at that point?
You couldn't walk 10 minutes straight without sitting before, you know? So, but yeah, I know those are haters and they're not worth my time. But there's always going to be people trying to bring you down in life. It's just how life is. It's never going to change. But I digress. All of that to say, a lot of the time I would do 10-minute intervals. So 10 minutes at a time, but a few different times a day. I haven't gone beyond 30 minutes yet, but I did do 20 minutes all in one shot yesterday, and I felt good about that, and I felt like I could have probably kept on going. I'll just keep aiming for more and more to do better and better, you know? I want to get to a point where I can do all of the things I could never do as a larger person.
If she really wants to change, then she has got to stop with the euphemisms. No, you're not a larger person. You are super morbidly obese.
Mentally, it's been really tough sometimes. Like last night, yesterday I tried using my fitness pal again, counting calories, and I don't think I'm ready for that yet because I find it just, all this time I haven't been counting calories, okay? And I'm still losing weight, still losing inches. My clothes are fitting me a bit different already. Yes, already.
Tighter. The word you're looking for is tighter.
You can lose few inches, you know, a week, no problem. I decided maybe I should start counting calories and see, but I plugged in my numbers, and when I last used the app, it said that I was 367 pounds and not 334. So whenever I put my new weight in, it reduced my calories. Now what's good about that app is that when you add exercise, it does give you more calories based on the exercise, and it wanted me to not go above 1,600 and something calories, and I panicked because I'm used to eating probably like over 3,000 a day.
Try over 3,000 a meal. The reason she avoids calorie counting is simple. She doesn't want to face the reality of what she's eating. Her head equates home cooked to healthy. With the amount of butter and oil she uses, she might as well be ordering out.
Copious amounts of calories every day. I didn't get to the size eating pineapples and salad, so I decided to do that, and I really only had enough calories for like 2 decent sized meals and then my snack, and not the 3 meals I've been eating, you know, like whatever. And I just find that it was just too small, like it was not enough, so that by the time nighttime came around and I had my snack already, and I go to bed we go to bed very, very late, okay, like early hours of the morning. So there would have been like 4 or 5 hours where I wasn't eating anything based on my fitness pal. And I know that's good for your body, intermittent fasting, but when you're trying to recover from binge eating disorder, at least what works for me, Fasting is the number one thing that will trigger me to spiral. And I do agree fasting is healthy. It does deplete your glycogen stores. It does give your body a rest, your digestive system a rest. But where I'm at with my binge eating recovery, there's no way. Even the books I'm reading and the articles I'm reading on how to overcome it. And these are like scholarly articles, okay? They're not just like people, random people on the internet. You should not let yourself get too hungry because that will trigger, you know? For me, a trigger, and you should recognize your triggers in recovery, is knowing your triggers, right? So one of mine is letting myself get too hungry because then I just want to eat everything. So I try to eat every few hours, like every 3 to 4 hours max, even if it's something small. But it has to be substantial enough to satisfy that hunger pang. And this is, when I do this consistently, it's developing a pattern of eating. And this is part of repairing my relationship with my dietary habits, with how I eat, with food in general. Last night, I thought, oh my gosh, I need to eat something. Like, I need to. I made something healthy. I made a tuna fish sandwich with yellow mustard on multigrain bread, and I had an ounce of cheese and some pickles. That took the hunger away, and my urge to go binge on 3 packs of noodles and 5 bags of chips and all of the cheese in the fridge went away. It went away. I had that guilt after. Like, I felt like, oh my gosh, like I ate something over above the calories from my Fitness Pal. So right now, that guilt is part of the cycle of the binge cycle, and I need to get away from that. So that's also part of repairing your relationship, my relationship with food. And for me, like, everyone's journey is different. Not everyone has the same conditions as everyone else. Oh my gosh, my weigh-in tomorrow, I'm not gonna have lost weight. I have all this guilt about having eaten something, and you know what? No, it's all just head noise. It's all just noise, you know? There's a lot of noise with eating disorders. I think that the counting calories right now is a bit triggering for me. So I'm just going to put that on the back burner, just continue to do what I'm doing, continue to be consistent with the 3 meals, 2 snacks, and the treadmill, the walking, because it is making me feel a lot better. So I will weigh again in a week, a full week. I'm not going to like go out of my way to prove myself to people who just continue to come up with excuses anyways and don't believe a word I say. Think I'm a liar all you want. I'm done. I'm done explaining myself. I'm done trying to prove myself to insignificant gnats on the internet. That's about it. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the future. Bye.